Good morning, dear students. Welcome to online class. Students, as you have been informed by Sister Principal that your English textbook is changed. So we all have to start from chapter first. So today I am going to teach you a new chapter, the first chapter, the fun they had. The fun they had. My dear students, I hope you are doing well, keeping well, doing great, and feeling well at home. But still, I know everything is fine, study is going on also. But still, you are missing something. So, before beginning this chapter, I want to ask a few questions. Students, tell me honestly, how many are you missing your school? I know so many of you are missing school. But what actually you are missing in the school? Are you missing the studies? No, not at all. Because studies still continue. We all are teaching you. All teachers are giving their lectures to you. And you are also doing your work from your side. Then what actually you are missing? Let me tell. You are missing the fun that you had in the classroom. You are missing those activities in which you used to participate from the morning assembly to the zero period class. You are missing those moments which you used to spend in the school. You are missing your classmates. You are missing your schools, beautiful trees, fresh tree. You are missing your beautiful assembly. You are missing those activities. You are missing all those competition. You are missing all those competition in which you used to participate. Because so many activities, so many competition are conducted by the school. You are missing dance competition, you are missing drawing competition, you are missing singing competition, you are missing extempo, you are missing everything there. You are missing the socialization, the fun you had in the classroom, in the school building, along with your friends. You are missing the moment when you all were doing lunch all together. In this way, we can say you are missing your school very much. You are missing actually the fun you had in the school. So today, I am going to teach you a very interesting and amazing story. And the story name is The Fun They Had. One more thing I want to let you know. We come to a school and learn so many things. And it is very much necessary to be socialized. And you get a very big platform in your school where you come in touch of human, where you be socialized there, where you come in touch with your teachers, with your classmates, with uncle, auntie, sir, ma'am, teachers, sisters, etc. In this way, your all over development happens. Your all over developments happen in the school. Under one roof, in the school, you are getting so many things to learn. And today, what I am going to teach you is relevant to today's scenario, the today's or the present circumstances, where you are sitting in front of the mobile, in front of the internet. You are sitting in the virtual class and you are taking my lecture. You are sitting in your room. I am here in my room and I am delivering the lecture and you are listening to me. Here, you are not getting human touch properly. Partially, we can say, we all are living in digital world. Partially, we can say. But can you imagine a time when there will be no school? Or you can say, where you need not to go to school. You will have no need of printed book. Can you imagine? And if your lecture is given by a robotic teacher, a mechanical teacher, would you like to take the class by a robotic teacher? Would you like to that kind of class? Where there will be no classmate, like the present situation. Of course, we don't like those kind of class, because in virtual class, we are not getting so much fun. But today, in this chapter, we will be having some fun. We are going to have fun, because this story is set in the future. Actually, this story talks about the future school, when there will be no need of book, printed book, real book, and there will be no any school or any school building. You will have your school only in your own house. You will be teaching by a robotic teacher, where text will be moving here and there on the screen, and you will do the entire work through the computer. You will be given lecture by a robot, by a mechanical teacher, and you will be doing your homework, everything through the computer, through the mobile, through the internet. So this chapter talks about the future school. This beautiful chapter, the lesson is written by a very famous writer, and the writer name is Isaac Asimov. He is a Russian writer. He writes about the virtual class. He thinks about the technology. He thought if we are able to download the free books online, because now you have already Android phone, smartphone, computer, laptop, so easily you can download so many books free of cost. So the writer says that there would be one time when in the coming generation or in coming future, certainly one time will come when slowly and slowly the real book will be converted into virtual book or online will be everything. You will get everything through online. At that time, you will not open the real newspaper. You will not get the real textbook. Everything will be online. You will be taught through e-learning. You will only just click on the newspaper. You will do Google and you will search whatever is required to you. Because according to the author, if we do Google, if we search something on the internet, we get so many extra knowledge also. That is why the author imagines about the future, and by keeping these things in his mind, he wrote this story. Let's start. What is the story and what he wants to convey? Let's see. The story we shall read is set in the future when books and school as we know them will perhaps not exist. Okay? How will your children study then? If there will be no school, there will be no textbook, then how students will be taught? One diagram is given in your book that already I have forwarded in your WhatsApp group. So go through the page, see the page line by line, whatever I am teaching you. So here you will be able to see a diagram, schools of the future. Schools of the future. Schools of the future. Okay, what will be schools of future? Here, learning through computer. What will be here? Learning through computer. Second thing will be what? Virtual classroom. Virtual classroom where you don't need to go to school, and there will be a robotic teacher. A robotic teacher, and there will be moving e-text, that is electronic textbook on the screen. So what kind of future school be? The future school be just like this, where learning will be through the computer and it will be a virtual classroom. Virtual classroom is learning through the computer, through the internet, through the mobile. Actually, it means learning through the internet. Okay? So, there will be no any real teacher. There will be no human like me. Like, I always come here, I teach you, I talk to you. You can see me, a human figure. You can see me laughing, talking to you. But Here there is no any human being. All the students will be taught by a robot. Okay? You will be taught by a mechanical teacher in the future school. We are talking about the future school. And there will be no printed textbook like this. There will be e-text. Book will be there, but it will be not a printed book. The text will be moving on the screen, and whatever you want to read, you just touch that story, that particular portion, and the screen will be open and the page will be open to you for you. Okay? Now, let me talk about the important character of this chapter. The important character of these chapters are following. Important character. Important characters. What are those important characters who played a very important role in this story? The first one is what? Margie. The first important character name is Margie. She is 11 years old girl. Margie is an 11 year old girl. Okay. Now the next one is Tommy. Tommy is a boy who is 13 years old, and Tommy is friend of Margie. So Tommy is Margie's friend who is 13 years old, who is little older than Margie. Okay. Tommy is friend of Margie, and Tommy is 13 years old boy. 13-year-old boy who is friend of Margie. Then the third important character is here Mrs. Jones. Here is what? Mrs. Jones. Who is Mrs. Jones? Mrs. Jones is mother of Margie. Okay? So Margie's mother. Mrs. Jones is Margie's mother. And the fourth important role is played here by a robotic teacher. Fifth one is county inspector. Fifth one is county inspector. Yes. County inspector. And the county inspector is defined as a round little man with red face. A round little man with red face, and a whole box of tools with dials and wires. So the entire story moves around these four characters. The first one is Margie, who is an 11 years old girl, and she is in habit of asking so many questions to her friend. And what is the name of her friend? Margie's friend name is Tommy. Tommy is a 13 years old boy who always used to give to answer to Margie's questions. The third one is Mrs. Jones, and Mrs. Jones is mother of Margie. And the fourth important role is played by robotic teacher. Robotic teacher means what? Computer. It may be your computer or learning through internet. Okay? Robotic teacher, it will be your computer. It will be not a human being. Now the last important character of this chapter is County Inspector. County Inspector is defined as a round little man with red face. Okay, now let's start the textbook. Let's start the reading and we will try to understand the story. And before reading the chapter, I wanna tell you, beta, don't be panicked for your chapters, because as you are very much new for this new chapter, okay, we can think about you, we can understand your feelings. So don't need to take tension. Okay, we are always with you to help you, to assist you. So it is our responsibility to make you understand. So don't be too much worried like today we are going to start the new chapter, we have to study a lot of chapter. Don't think anything about this. We are always with you. Okay, so let's start. Margie even wrote about it that night is her diary. Margie even wrote about it that night in her diary on the page headed 17 May. It is the date you mentioned there, that is 17 May 21, 2157. Like today is what date? 8th June 2020. But here Margie has given the date, or she has entitled the date, and she wrote there 17th May 2157. That is 2157. So you can imagine we are talking about future time. Approx, she is writing ahead of the matter, like approx 1137 years ahead. Okay, because as I informed you, this story is written or set in the future. Okay, so this is the date that she wrote. Actually, Margie was in habit of writing a diary, and that is why the date was 17th May 2157. And what did she write there? Today Tommy found a real book. She wrote there, Tommy, who is her friend, he found a book which was real. Real means which was printed book like this. It was a very old book. Margie's grandfather once said that when he was a little boy, his grandfather told him that there was a time when all stories were printed on paper. She wrote about a book which was found by Tommy, and that is why in the diary she wrote, today Tommy found a book and the book was so much old. And then Margie remembers, and then Margie remembers her grandfather's one story. When Margie's grandfather once disclosed about a book. Margie's grandfather told once to Margie that when he was a little boy, his grandfather told him that there was a time when all stories were printed on paper. She remembers that moment when Margie's grandfather once shared a story about Margie's grandfather's grandfather when he was a little boy, and Margie came to know that once upon a time there used to be a real book, and all stories were printed on paper, because at this date Margie is not known to the real book, because in her time there was no book, there was no printed book, because she was being taught by the e-text, because she is given classes through the e-text, not through the real book. That is why she is so surprised. She doesn't know what is the book, what is the printed book, what is the real book. They turned the pages which were yellow and crinkly. And when Tommy found the book and Margie came to know about that book, they started moving the book. They started turning the page, and they found the pages of book turned into yellow color and crinkly. Crinkly means here having so many folds. Okay, having so many folds or lines. When you fold a paper so many times, then when you open it, then it becomes what? Folded. So it becomes what? Crinkly. Got it? So they found the pages were very much yellow in color and they were crinkly. They were folded very much. Why they were folded? Because the book was very much old. And it was awfully funny to read words that stood still instead of moving the way they were supposed to on a screen. So here you can write the difficult word is crinkly. Here is what? Crinkly. Crinkly means many folds. Many folds. And the second difficult word is what? Awfully, seriously. Awfully funny. That means very funny. Very funny. Very funny. Very funny. Okay? They turned the pages which were yellow and crinkly, and it was awfully funny to read words that stood still instead of moving the way they were supposed to on the screen. And both the children, Margie and Tommy, were in surprise because the words which was printed on the real book was not moving at all. The words were still there. The words were at its place only because they have never ever seen a real book, because it is not the virtual class, it is the real book. It is not the e-text that will move. That is why both the children becomes very much surprised to see, and it seems the real book seems to them very funny because the words were not moving here and there as they were supposed to move, as they used to see on the screen the words in motion. Words used to move on the screen, and then when they turned back to the page before, it had the same words on it that it had when they read it the first time. And when they turned the next page, they found the same word. So according to him, the words should be changed because in computer, when we open a book, we read the first page and we just click to the next one. Then next page is open and the text moves. Here, whatever is written, the same thing we are getting. That is why both the children are in surprise. So, G said, Tommy, what a waste. It seems them very much funny. When you are through with the book, you just throw it away. I guess our television screen must have